Hey guys, it's Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and welcome to my channel today. Today, we're going to talk about surviving the holidays. So sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. Today we're just going to talk real briefly about surviving the holidays. And about a year ago, I did a video about this, and I'll drop the link down in the description box in case you guys want to take a look at it, go back and look at it. But surviving the holidays can kind of be a bit of a challenge if you're alone. And even if you're not alone, sometimes when we get together with our families, that can be a big challenge too, because not all families are perfect. Not all families look like the Brady Bunch. So here are just a few things you can do to help you survive the holidays this year and help keep you motivated during the Christmas season. The first thing that I want to encourage you to do is, if you're alone at Christmas time, and you know you're going to be alone right now because this is a couple of weeks before Christmas that I'm making this, because I wanted to give you time to kind of make preparations if you're going to be by yourself at Christmas time. So one thing that you're going to want to do is make a plan to get together with people that you know and love. But if you can get out of the house and start moving around and mingling with people, go online and look up Meetup. That's a great app for you to meet people who have similar interests. It is not a dating app. It's for you to meet people who have similar interests. There's book clubs, there's crochet, knit, ballroom dancing, break dancing. There's every kind of club in the world on Meetup. So if you are truly alone and you have no one, I'm going to urge you to do something like that. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit and go do something so you're not alone thinking about yourself so much and getting so introspective during the holiday season. The second thing that you can do is change up your holiday traditions. If you've always had a big meal at your house with a bunch of family around and you just don't feel like it this year, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to tell you a little story, and this doesn't put my late husband in a very good light, but it's a true story, and I learned a valuable lesson from this. When my dad passed away in 2010, that really hit me hard. My dad and I were very, very close, and it was something that really did a number on me to think about him not being there, because Dad loved Christmas, and he loved the holidays. He really did. So when Christmas rolled around, my dad passed away in May, and when Christmas rolled around, I was still really struggling. And so I went to my husband, Greg, and I said, honey, I'm just not really feeling like doing all those traditions like we normally do. I said, I'm just not feeling it this year. I said, do you think we could possibly do something different? I said, I don't care what it is, just something different where I am not responsible for all this cooking, cleaning, and doing all this stuff that I do every year. And he said, well, I'm sorry you're not feeling quite up to it, but you're going to need to suck it up and just do it. And I can't tell you how much that hurt my feelings. It really did hurt my feelings. And so I just went ahead and I did suck it up. And I did everything that the family wanted to do, and really was miserable the entire Christmas season, that first season without my dad. Now by the second Christmas, I had kind of recovered some, and it wasn't a big deal. We just went ahead and continued everything. But I will say, I do think my late husband was extremely insensitive at that point about the holiday traditions. So after my husband died, I decided then and there that I didn't really care what anybody else thought about what I was doing. If I didn't feel like doing it, I wasn't going to do it. And so my first Christmas without Greg looked very, very different than it did when he was there. And one of the reasons why is because I had moved. I moved to a condo and moved out of our house and all that stuff. So I was in a different spot. So that was different, but the food was different. The way we celebrated was different. Everything was different. And that worked for me. Now, that doesn't work for everyone, because holiday traditions can be very, very important, and they can be very empowering. So you do what's important for you and your family. But let me tell you something. If your family is pushing you to do something like that and you just don't feel like it, don't do it. Do not do it. Do what's best for your mental health. The last thing I want to encourage you to do is to be kind to yourself during this holiday season. You know, when you get together with your families, and sometimes when families get together, you know, tempers flare, you know, because there are people who are going to bring up, you know, some of the two taboos, which is religion and politics. And there's always somebody that wants to bring up a controversial subject. You know, it could have been Aunt Minnie's pecan pie recipe that she gave your sister and didn't give to your other sister. So something like that, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter the topic. When those things start getting tense, and if you know ahead of time that you're going to be walking into a tense situation, just take a few moments beforehand and just kind of breathe and mentally prepare yourself for that. And if it's going to be an extremely ugly situation, there's not a thing in this world that says you have to subject yourself to that. You don't have to. There are things in this world that you really have to do, like death and taxes. But anything else, you know, it's pretty much fair game. You can make decisions for your own mental health that are good for you and that are going to keep you happy and healthy mentally during the holiday season. Now, I am not advocating cutting off your family, your friend. I'm not advocating anything like that. I'm not. Sometimes you just have to suck it up and do. But I am advocating that preparing yourself mentally for what can be an unpleasant circumstance really, really helps you prepare for what's coming. Now, I don't recommend running scenarios in your head. Well, if they say this, I'll say that. But I do recommend praying diligently before you go into the situation and just say, Lord, I don't know what's going to come up throughout this holiday season, but I am asking you to give me your peace during this season, regardless of what anybody else says or does. I want that connection with you, and I'm asking for your peace. A lot of times people expect you to be very cheerful, perky, bubbly, and everything, you know, just like my late husband expected me to be that way after my dad had passed away. And I know that it had been 7 months, but I really wasn't in a place mentally where I was ready to jump back into those traditions. So if that's you and you're worried about that this year, and this is especially if you're a new widow or maybe you've lost a child or a parent this holiday season, you do exactly what you feel like doing, and don't jump into anything, and don't feel guilty if you can't do it. You have to be kind to yourself and take care of yourself. Do something today that will keep you from getting the blues during the holiday season. It could be something real simple. Don't go out and get in debt. But it could be something just really simple, such as maybe buying yourself an ice cream cone. It could be something as simple as spending time with your grandchildren or your children. It could be something as simple as just taking a walk outside. But do something for yourself, something to be kind to yourself. And if you are going way beyond just feeling down, because everybody feels down from time to time, that happens to us all. But if you're having repetitious thoughts of doing yourself harm, you need to see a counselor, and I'm going to urge you to do that, and I'm going to drop a link to the depression hotline down in the description box. Please call it if you have anything like that going on. I can't urge you enough. There's all kinds of resources out there to help you, and you can get the help that you need there. But be motivated today. This is a great season of the year. This is where every eye in the world is focused on the birth of Christ Jesus. So we can't be down when we think about that. That is something that was the greatest epic event of all time. And everybody in the world right now is thinking about Christmas. So just think about it that way. That kind of helps me sometimes. I'm going to drop a link down in the description box to everything that I do. And I'm going to be offering a coaching package at the 1st of January to help folks stay motivated or get motivated to do whatever it is they want to do with their New Year's resolutions. And if you're interested in that, it's going to be a very discounted rate. It's going to be 3 30-minute phone calls or face-to-face coaching, but it's, you know, quick coaching. It's coaching in an instant. So if you're interested in that and you need coaching maybe to help you get jump started on your plan for your weight loss or something at the first of the year, I can help you with that, because I know I'm starting my plan at the first of the year. So hopefully I can help others do the same thing. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless. Maranatha.